These ugly scenes were witnessed at the Likoni ferry crossing on Friday evening as residents tried to beat the countrywide dusk to dawn curfew that kicked in at 7 p.m. Passengers who were ready to cross the channel from as early as 4 p.m. had a rough time getting onto the vessel as a huge number of people were required to queue and maintain social distancing. Police had to use tear gas to disperse the crowd, which was getting out of control. Several people were injured in the process. Many of the daily ferry users who had never witnessed such confusion at the Likoni crossing were left confused and terrified. This morning, senior county government officials were on a fact-finding mission and came up with ways to avoid a repeat of Friday's problem. And after deliberations,
we are asking both the Mwananchi and the security agencies and ourselves to remember that we are under a health curfew, and therefore to be able to succeed in this important purpose is to observe those guidelines.
Passengers on foot will be given first priority to cross the channel, with motorists now having to adhere to particular hours when their vehicles will be allowed on board the vessel.
The focus will be pedestrians, mwananchi wa kutembea na mguu for the time being. So magari will be restricted. Tunasema magari yataanza kuvukishwa kuanzia saa 5 asubuhi mpaka saa 8 mchana pekee.
Once on the ferry, each passenger on foot will have to stand on these clearly marked spots to maintain the 1 meter distance from each other. This, however, has reduced the number of passengers that can be allowed onto the vessel at one go.
Kubaliane na sisi kwamba even if your employee has to work over lunch, so be it. Lakini by 3 o'clock, watu watoke makazini, waanze kwenda majumbani ili to be able to meet the regulations that have been put in place for us to achieve this curfew.
Kama wananchi wetu wataona kwamba hawawezi kutegemea yale tunawaambia, basi tutafunga kabisa lockdown hiyo, watu wakae ngambo ile, wengine wakae ngambo hii, so that tuwaokoe, si kwa sababu yetu, ni kwa sababu yao na maisha yao na watoto wao na jamaa zao.
Consequently, the Mombasa County Government has elected to extend the ferry services up to 8:30 p.m. way after the 7 p.m. curfew to accommodate the huge number of passengers seeking to cross the channel. This, however, may result in more conflict between the residents and those enforcing the curfew once they leave the channel. Dennis Matara, K24, Weekend with Betty.